How y'all doing, people? How y'all doing? Y'all know my slogan. Good morning. Y'all just woke up. Good afternoon. If you're with me right now, and good night. Y'all calling it good night. Usually I have a couple of debates, people. A couple topics to bring up. Today we only have one. I can go all day on this, so I'm gonna have to try to stop myself in time so the video won't be too long. Who is the better basketball player? Okay. Not the better human, not the better dad, not the better this and that. The better basketball player, not the most likable, not the better personality, from sideline to sideline. Kobe Bean Bryant versus Michael Jeffrey Jordan. This is a debate that a lot of people don't want to debate as much and don't want to give their full oomph because we're taught. The NBA teaches us Michael Jordan was like sports Jesus, basically. Like if you said something bad about him, the league wouldn't only punish you, but it seemed like the world would punish you, basically, in their own way. Right? Certain people felt the wrath of this. They know who they are. We don't need to go into that. But it's close, right? So one of them or is better than the other, just by a little bit. Like so, whoever notches one another, it's not no bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be second. It's not a bad thing, especially when the guy is that guy, whoever's above you. So, okay, we're gonna go here. They tried to basically mind trick us or whatever, but while they was brainwashing us, right, by making before Mike was Sports Jesus, they made Mike Sports Jesus, right? Because they're the media and they do all that. So put him in the media, this and that. So they made him Sports Jesus. I want to be like Mike, the whole little commercial thing, the Spike Lee, the whole thing, right? So when you brainwash the kids to try to be like Mike, right? If from AI to Kobe to all the people that grew up in that era, that brainwashing era where they brainwashed you to be like Mike. Okay, now nobody accomplished it, right? You had billions of kids trying to be like Mike, not only over here in China and all that, right? One guy got close, got the closest than everybody else, and then they start to bash him. Oh, you a copycat. Hold on. Everybody was copying Mike. No. When I say everybody, grannies, mamas, aunties, daughters, like little kids, old folks, everybody wanted to be like Mike because they was putting this guy in everything, right? As great as he was, right? Now, not saying like, oh, he was a bum, youngsters. If you ever call any of these two a bum, you need your ass kicked. Not by only your parents, but the whole sports universe, right? And it gotta be basketball, be football, lacrosse, water polo, the most sports period. Everybody in sports need to whoop your motherfucking ass. If you call any of these two a bum, Kobe or Mike, ain't no bums. But I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. They brainwash us to be like Mike. So one guy came close to being like Mike, and then they say, "Oh, why you copying him? Why you doing all this and that?" Hey, guess what? Everybody learned from somebody, big dog. I know Mike didn't just go out and just start being Mike. No, he watched somebody, right? Whether they glorified it or not, he said it. He took the pull up jumper from Jerry West and took this from certain people. He said it. They're not going to glorify it. No. He supports Jesus. Jesus don't take nothing, supposedly. I'm not going to get into that. But back to Mike. So now Cole, like, came close being like Mike, and now they start to, oh, this and that. Now they want to try to find excuses. Oh, this and that. Oh, their numbers ain't the same, and this and that or whatever. Look at this. They say Mike played 15 strong years because he retired twice, right? Guess what? Nobody told him to retire. That was his choice. So you can't put that on anybody else. Nobody told him get out the league, retire. No, he retired twice. Then the third time was his last time. What you talking about? You can't. That don't hold no weight when you talking about this debate. It's not an argument. It's a debate. 15 years strong. Okay. Look at this. Break these points down. Mike started off hot. PPG. Real hoopers know. Points per game. Okay. First year, 27. May have been more than that, but 27 is what I remember. Second year, broke his foot. One of them early years, he averaged 30 something, damn near 40 points a game. Before his third year, he averaged 37, something like that. Almost 40, okay? That's a head start when you talk about Kobe first 2 years. 6. PPG. Cole Bean only averaged 6, okay? Second year, 13. 27 verse 6, 13 verse 37. Oh my God. You know how big a jump that is? The bigger head start he got, okay? Another thing y'all don't factor in. Okay? Michael Jordan never played with a guy that averaged 25 like that. Okay? Pippen may have did it a couple times in his career. If that. Okay? This nigga Kobe played with Shaquille O'Neal. Okay? Now, hold on. Listen to that one more time. Shaq Diesel. Okay? Since he came in the league with Orlando, he was putting up 29 and 27 and 28. He was killing. Like, he was already a superstar. Kobe said this when he was alive. Jordan's stats would have been not his stats if he would have played with a young prime Wilt Chamberlain. You're not finna be the number one guy. This guy is 7'2". He got everything you need and want, and he's gonna get you 100 points. He averaged 50 a look at that. He averaged 50 a game. 25 rebounds. And I hear when people say, oh, he was 7 foot, and other people was 6'2". Listen to me, man, people. I don't care if it was 4'2". I don't care if he was 9 foot tall. To average that, not in a limited time, like you play a basketball game in a limited, it's the regulation. It's the time on the clock. Referees, like, I don't care what nobody say. Elementary school, you can be 12 foot, and it don't matter. It's a game, big dog. You can't take away from nothing like that. So, bam, his flaws would be real altered. Okay, now he never played. Let me just go into this. He never played with a superstar. Now, the Scottie Pippen fans is going to try to eat me alive, but guess what? You niggas been starving for a long time. Scottie Pippen fans, he's never been a superstar. When Jordan retired, when he came back, when Jordan left, Scottie was never a superstar. He was a great all-star player. People get it mixed up. All-star player and superstar. No. Come on now. Don't just give it up like that. Just give everybody a superstar thing like they say it now. Klay Thompson is a superstar. How? You can't fucking dribble. Yeah, you can get 62 off 11 dribbles. That told me right there. You was getting all your shots off nice screens. Good puller. Nothing wrong with that, but you're not finna trick me and put him with all-time greats just because you can shoot. No, hold on now. There's been some great shooters that is not superstars, but they've been great shooters. You can't just label a nigga because he won championships and with a good team and his team is good, so you got to put 2 superstars on the championship team and say they only had Steph. Steph was the only superstar on that team the whole time until KD came. Back to MJ and Cole. My bad for getting beside